All right, in the next few minutes, we are going to cut right through all the noise. We're going to show you the absolute essential AI tools that are set to define 2026. And look, this isn't just some long list. Think of it as your strategic guide to the platforms that are truly changing how we work, how we create, and how we solve problems. So let's dive in.
You know, if you feel like you're just drowning in a sea of new AI tools, you are definitely not alone. It feels like a dozen new ones launch every single day, right? It's practically impossible to keep track of it all, let alone figure out which ones are actually worth your time and attention.
But here's the really cool part. This absolute explosion of tools means there's a powerful new way to think about pretty much any challenge. Just remember this phrase, there's an AI for that. And we're about to give you the map to navigate this whole exciting new world.
So where do we even begin? We start right here, with what I'm calling the new starting point for just about everything, AI assistance and chat. Seriously, this is the foundation. It's your new command center for an AI-powered life.
Think of these tools not as, just fancy search engines, but as actual conversational partners. You can brainstorm with them, they can write code for you, analyze data, plan your next vacation, you name it. They're basically the Swiss Army knives of the entire AI world.
What's really fascinating is just how specialized these assistants have become. You've got Claude, which is amazing at complex reasoning and is built to be super safe. Of course, there's ChatGPT, still the versatile powerhouse with that huge ecosystem of plugins. Gemini is woven right into the entire Google universe. And then you have these specialists like Perplexity AI, which is a total dream for researchers, with its cited real-time answers, and Grok, which plugs you right into the live pulse of what's happening on X.
And here you can see the whole lineup. Whether you live in the Microsoft ecosystem and use Copilot, or you need that live social data from Grok, there is absolutely an AI assistant that's tailored for you. The key isn't to use all of them, right? It's to find the one that just slots perfectly into your day-to-day.
Okay, so once you've got your conversational partner, the next step is actually making stuff. So let's move on to our second category, tools that completely unleash your creativity, turning your ideas into actual vision, words, and sound. Have you ever had a brilliant visual idea, but you just didn't have the skills or, the budget to make it happen? Well, that entire barrier, it's just gone. The question now isn't, can I make it? It's, what do I want to see?
And the quality of what you can create is it's breathtaking. Midjourney is still the undisputed king of photorealism and artistic style. Adobe Firefly, well, that's the professional's choice, built for commercially safe use right inside the Creative Cloud. And then you have the total game changers for video. Runway, Kling AI, and of course OpenAI's Sora, which can create these cinematic scenes from literally nothing more than a few words.
All right, let's talk about words. We've all been there, right? Staring at a blank page, the cursor just blinking and blinking. Or maybe you have to write like 5 different versions of an email campaign, and the coffee just isn't working anymore.
This is exactly where writing assistants shine. Tools like Jasper and Copy.ai, they are absolute engines for generating marketing copy at scale. Grammarly has grown way beyond a simple spell checker into a really sophisticated editor for tone and clarity. But the real shift, I think, is tools like Notion AI, which bring all this power directly into the place you're already working. You can summarize, brainstorm, and draft without ever breaking your flow.
Now for the ears. What if you could write a hit song without knowing how to play a single instrument? Or record a professional-sounding podcast voiceover without even speaking? I know, it sounds like science fiction, but it is happening right now.
Suno and Udio are just incredible. You can give them a prompt like an upbeat pop song about summer, and boom, they'll generate a complete track, vocals, instruments, the whole thing. And on the voice side, 11 Labs is leading the pack, creating these stunningly realistic text-to-speech voices and even voice clones. This isn't just helping creativity, it's creating entirely new ways to express yourself.
Okay, so we've explored all the creative tools. Now let's get practical and talk about the operational side of things. How can AI supercharge your daily workflow? This section is all about boosting your productivity and making research way, way easier.
Just think about all those little, repetitive tasks that just eat up your day. Copying and pasting data, scheduling meetings, taking notes. It's like a death by 1,000 cuts for your focus. What if you could automate all of that away?
Well, you can. With Zapier's AI features, you can build these really powerful automated workflows without writing a single line of code. You can completely eliminate note-taking with tools like Otter AI that transcribe and summarize your meetings. And my personal favorite,
Motion. It's an AI calendar that intelligently plans your entire day, protecting your time for that really important deep work.
Now, beyond just automating tasks, AI can tackle another huge pain point: information overload. I mean, how do you find that one little needle of truth in the giant haystack of the internet, or even in your own mountain of documents?
This is where AI research tools are truly revolutionary. Perplexity acts like a powerful answer engine for the web, giving you direct answers with citations. But what's really transformative is Google's Notebook LM. It lets you upload your own documents, your reports, your notes, whatever, and then you can just ask questions about them. It's like having a personal research assistant for your own brain.
So, wow, we've seen a ton of amazing tools. But how do you actually get started with all this? This last section gives you a super simple framework to begin your own AI journey.
Think about that for a second. We've just covered 11 distinct categories of AI tools. This isn't just one or two new apps we're talking about. It's an entire ecosystem of innovation. It covers everything from basic chat and creating content to really complex stuff like data analysis and workflow automation. The sheer breadth of this is what makes it so revolutionary. And inside those categories, we've highlighted 66 of the most powerful tools out there today. Now, I know that number can feel a little daunting, but it's better to think of it as a landscape just rich with opportunity. You don't need to master all 66. You just need to find the few that can completely transform your specific workflow. And that brings us to the map.
And this chart right here brings it all together. This is your map. You can see all the categories, our top picks, and this is crucial, whether a tool is available on the web, iOS, or Android. So you can use this as your go-to guide to find the perfect tool for whatever job you need to get done.
So where do you begin? Here's a simple 3-step plan. First, just experiment. Don't wait. Almost all of these tools have generous free tiers, so pick one that solves a problem you actually have and just try it out this week. Second, combine them. The real magic isn't in just one tool, it's in the chain. Imagine linking research from Perplexity directly into a Notion AI draft and then automating that whole process with Zapier. And third, go mobile. So many of these top tools have fantastic apps, putting this incredible power right in your pocket wherever you go.
So there you have it. We've given you the map to the AI landscape of 2026. The only question left is the most exciting one of all. What will you create, automate, or discover first?